Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to your doom. Welcome to my TikTok, in which I talk about common sense from a Gen X. Though, of course, if you have any comments or questions or anything you like to talk about, we can talk here, okay? I'm also on Facebook, because Facebook is not as sensitive. I'm a conversationalist, yes. I'm a generational X individual with rare alpha. You won't see me anywhere because I'm an indigo child, Schizo-Indigo, okay? Now, if you have any questions about anything, I'm only going to be on here for about an hour. I do not get paid for my services for doing this. But of course, there's a lot of people who are wannabes out there in society, okay? And I try my best to keep it PG-13 because I'm not trying to get my TikTok banned off, okay? How you been, Reddish Gold? And I also have plenty of things to talk about. My journeys in Ethiopia, schizophrenia, okay, indigo, children, star seed stuff, Solomon, Socrates, okay, Heraclitus, philosophers, okay, of great old and wise. But of course, since if you don't know me, it's best to ask questions. I will post my live streams on my YouTube. And my YouTube is Martheus Knowledge 7. And of course, I'm trying to keep it PG-13 because I got an associate of mine blocked off his account once for just a little bit. And then I realized that you got to be careful of the things that you may say, okay? And I want you guys to understand something here about flat earthers, okay? Flat earthers, you got to have an open mind, okay? Now, it is possible that no one has seen the sun in person. No one has seen it, only through a telescope, right? But you have to understand that we could be living in a matrix. Living in the matrix is a very honest and open hypothetical, okay? Even the scientists say we are living in the form of a matrix, okay? So if you're a flat earther, it is possible that we both are wrong. Okay, sometimes the moon is bigger than what it is. Sometimes it's smaller than what it is. Sometimes the moon is actually red, okay? Sometimes I'll see it and I'm like, yo, what is this? The moon looks bigger than the earth from a distance away. But you gotta have an open mind. The problem is with a lot of people's logic is that they don't ask enough questions. You don't ask enough questions, you will become a dunce. I know a lot of you don't know what a dunce is. A dunce is back in the 30s into the 40s, that little hat, the little pin hat, where they put the kids in the corner and shit, and they basically say, you're on punishment, and they put them in the corner. It's called timeout, okay? A lot of people don't discipline their children the correct way, and I'm not trying to get my TikTok banned, okay? But you have to discipline children. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Which one is it? You going to spare the rod or spoil the child? Which one are you going to do? If more children was actually being disciplined, the world would be a better place. If women had the capability of choosing the right mate with permission from their alpha fathers, we would have more happiness in the world. But we do not. So now the tables will be turned. The feminist movement is capitalism. Okay, and as I said before, how you been, Grand Rising Love? They be BEL12. Okay. And I talk about many different things here. I just don't sit there, okay, and just ramble on. People call it rambling, but it's not. But if you ain't got nothing to talk about, at least I'm more of a conversationalist than you. Right. A lot of you people out there are Gen Zs, and also millennials, and you can't keep up with the knowledge. So you got to ask questions on where I get the information from. Why, who, when, okay, these things are very important, but millennials don't ask questions. Social justice warriors, okay, a lot of leftists, okay, they don't really, okay, Grand Risings from Eccentric Cosmic Mind. Okay, how you been? What's going on? Gen Zombies, correct. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there. They don't listen to old heads like me. I'm 48. I'll be on the basketball court with them 19-year-olds. And they be shocked. They be thinking I'm younger than what I am. They thinking I'm 30-something. I give them a little hint, but I'm much older than that. Because I took care of myself, okay? Heat matters. When you want to take care of your health, you have to be in the heat. You have to sweat, okay? A lot of you people out there who are sitting in the house, okay, and, so you're close to 60. Yeah, I don't look like 60 at all, baby, but it's okay to make fun. I like the roast fest because you ain't got a picture up there, and I know you probably be butt as monkey ugly, okay? But you got to have a picture, okay? And I'm showing my face to expose the Jezebel and the harlots out there, and the people, and the succubuses and the Liliths and the harlots, okay? I hope I don't get blocked for that, okay? TikTok, because I don't break your policy. I'm just the teacher, okay? And that's what TikTok must do. TikTok, they can improve. Let me see. Okay, now you're interrupting my conversation, but let me bring you on, okay? Pretty Red. How you been,
Hello,
Pretty Red?
Emerald. How you doing this morning?
How have you been? What's going on?
Nothing much. Just listening to music.
All right. Okay, can you turn it down some because it's very hard to hear, okay?
Nothing much. We're just listening to music.
All right. So how you been? What would you like to talk about, okay?
We can talk about pretty much anything that you might want to talk about.
Okay. So a little bit about me because I'm the conversation starter. I was born in
Okay.
1974, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, okay? And usually
Okay.
I haven't had a life, so I don't have sins. So I was locked away in a room. Didn't go outside that much. But in Brooklyn, you can't go outside past 8 o'clock without hearing gunfire, okay? And so I learned something indirectly, and a little bit of pointers from my mother who wasn't treating me right, and my father. And I really didn't have a great life when I was a child, okay? I learned how to flip things on its head through self innovation, okay? Raison d'etre, okay, right? You understand?
Mhm.
Okay, and so as I was raised up in Brooklyn, New York, Bed-Stuy, I learned a lot of things from some pimps and also some Italians. And I was in dangerous areas. I was covering myself up in an Eskimo coat, right? And it would be 80 degrees outside. People would have like thought I was crazy or something like that. But people didn't really pay attention to me because they really thought I was a girl or something. Have that stuff ever happened to you, Pretty Red?
No, I didn't grow up in Brooklyn. I grew up in church. My grandparents raised me. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I was born in 1976. I am 46 years old. I never knew or been in an area that was bad, so I don't even know how it is to be in a bad neighborhood or nothing like that. So I never experienced any of that.
Hmm.
Basically, I am on my profile. I don't know if you follow me. Well, you're not following me yet, but on my profile, I am a life coach, nurse. I also can cook, and I have a lot of gifts, and I'm an author as well, trying to get my book out before the end of this month. I talks about my book is going to be the first book that's coming out. It's going to be talking about my struggles, what I had to endure growing up without a father, not knowing who my father was, mother that was alcoholic, sister died when I was 12. See, all my parents are deceased, and I do have two grown children, and I do have three grandchildren. So if I didn't have any kids, I would be by myself. I do have a brother. We're 1 year apart, but my story is to motivate and help people that are going through with whatever they're experiencing as far as marriage, relationships, kids, jobs, because I've experienced all of that. And the way I grew up, is different from the way this generation is now. And that's why I don't drink, I don't smoke, I dress like a woman is supposed to dress and carry herself. I see these women out here today that dress provocative, and they feel like that's the way that you're supposed to dress to get attention, but you're not. What you're doing is degrading other women that really do know how to dress like a woman's supposed to dress. So it's like I have to write this book to express how it was back then, and how it is not okay for women to dress that way, because that's not how you are supposed to conduct and carry yourself as a woman. And you have a lot of things going on in marriages and relationships and stuff, where women, they don't want the man is the head, they don't understand that. But it's not you control me and I control you. It's not nothing like that. So, I have a lot to offer, a lot to give. And so I am very, very intelligent, and I want to just put my story out there because I first started off on Facebook where I didn't even have like a lot. I had like friends and family from school, but I started doing inspirational stuff where I was seeing so much inspirational stuff to everybody on me. And I had got this one lady for just putting it just that one day. This one lady just came out of nowhere and just liked it. And she was going through something. And I was like, okay, I understand now, God, what you have in store for me. And she was telling me about her friend that was going through and said that how her friend was talking about committing suicide. And she said that the stuff that I put
Oh
on
yeah,
there was an
let
inspiration.
me say one thing. Let me say one thing. Be careful of the words. Try to use seppuku instead of suicide. TikTok is
Okay.
sensitive. You know, they take a
Oh,
word. Yeah, there's
oh,
this live will get cut as soon as you start
oh,
saying the word sexualize or sex, which may happen right now. Okay, but I'm giving you an
oh,
example.
I
Okay?
hope not. Oh, I
And
hope not.
TikTok does this because they're not evolved enough. So TikTok is it's not like Facebook. See, Facebook you can talk and no, they won't cut it. Okay, they won't usually cut your feed, but TikTok is
Okay.
still in that early development stage, which freedom of
Uh-huh.
speech can be sensitized, and this is a problem for a lot of people
Oh,
who are sensitive, and they gotta
uh-huh.
fix these people who are comedians. So comedians like to speak with their mind; they speak what's ever on their mind.
Yeah, they do.
And then we
Yeah.
got people who are mature, okay, who like to speak with their mind too.
Mhm.
Then we got another
Right.
generation of people who believe that certain words should not be said. And I feel that
Right.
that's a
Right.
dangerous
Right.
thing. I don't care what word it is or whatever. You should be able to allow to say it because this is America. I thought it was America. This is not Chinese. Okay, this is not China. Okay,
Right.
but you get what I'm
Right.
saying. So be careful. Sugarcoat the words because they will block the video, and then I'll have to appeal it, and then it takes like a day before I get.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
And so
Is
I
that-
haven't got blocked or banned, but I don't
yeah.
want that.
Facebook
Well,
is
she
better.
was going through some
Facebook
things.
is better. I remember MySpace when it first came out. I was popular on MySpace. That's how I blew up. And
Hmm.
then they went on to Facebook and they bought them out or whatever. But you can continue on what you were saying. Go ahead.
Well, she was going through some things, battling through a lot of stuff. So
Hmm.
that video, it was like I felt comfortable. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna start writing a book. And so now it's like I'm telling my story. This book is gonna be I'm not it didn't break what didn't break me, I'm still standing. I don't know a title yet, but I do have a book cover. So if you go through my videos, you will see a lot of inspirational stuff that I've posted. I don't have nothing provocative. I have stuff to encourage people like relationships, whatever they might be going through, God stuff, to help you, to motivate you, to lift your spirits up. I can cook, so I have certain things on there about, me cooking, and it's just basically me,
All
what
right.
I do. And expresses everything about me. And like my pictures and my photos, I have a song that goes with my personality, what type of person I am. So I can't speak on these other women. I can only speak of me because of the type of person that I am. So I actually have a client. That's why I was on here for a little bit at 11 o'clock. He's wanting to talk about relationships. So I don't know what's going on with his situation. But yeah, ever since then, I've been having so many followers, so many people coming to me, waiting for me to drop this book. And, Facebook, I'm over the maximum of followers. And then TikTok and Instagram. I really feel good because I am now coming out and people are actually seeing me, because even when I was started putting videos on TikTok, because it only took me a week to get 1,000 followers, a week, and I was
Mhm.
able to go on live. And when I went on live for the first time, I was kind of like nervous because I like to, like I'm doing with you, I like to interact and see the person's face because I don't know who is actually, talking to me through through TikTok, because you see people going up and down, but you don't really know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I was nervous because I didn't really get to see their face. So then I just went with the flow. I just started talking, and then I started getting people encouraging me, and a lot of people was glad to actually see my face because they only see my videos. So
Mm-hmm.
then they put a face with the video. So now they're seeing me talk. They're seeing my face. So I feel good about that now because I'm coming out and people are actually getting to know me and see me and know what type of person I am and what I'm actually all about. So it makes me really feel good. And I get on the match, like to make people laugh. I like to make people laugh. Like during the daytime, I might talk about different topics to see if somebody might want to talk about something, get in the chat box or something like that. But then in the afternoon, I get on the match just to the vibe or listen to some music or just because it's like you don't know what that person might have been going through, while they was at work. They might have had a bad day, a good day, or whatever the case may be. And I try to put a smile on that person's face by laughing and matching with them. It's not all about the money or matching on her. It's just to have fun. I have a fun side of me, and then want people to just open up and talk to me about different things. So
Mm-hmm.
that's basically all that is about me right now.
Oh, okay. So me, I tried to basically start a Patreon. Okay. Everybody wants me to be like Kevin Samuels, but I said I'm more secluded. I'm more professional. I would never expose your weaknesses too much unless you speak about them and you dox yourself on the YouTube because I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok and Facebook, and people know that I like to talk to like a therapist of sort, but I'm not trying to say that you are this mental illness or something like this or anything like. I'm a constructive criticism type of guy, okay? But at the same time, I
Mhm.
ask you questions so things can be fixed on your own, okay? Right? I do not
Mhm.
downgrade or belittle people unless I'm being attacked, okay? you know. But I'm very good at belittling people who are belittling me who don't even ask questions, okay? There are people who call you names, okay, and they become biased, they become emotional. And I am not the type of person that'll be like, oh, okay, attack someone first. I never do that. I usually say, whoa, 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 wait a
Mhm.
minute. You called me something that I'm not. And I really don't like this network. This way it keeps acting up. It says it's off. That must be TikTok then. Do you have 5G?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I got the Verizon one, okay, in that box, the 5G
No,
home
I
network.
just.
Yeah, my 5G run at about
Mhm.
200 and something, megabytes per second, and I'm like, is that really 5G? Is it toggling on and on? I don't know, but it keeps giving me a message on the top saying connected live, disconnected, and I don't know what's going on. But anyway, like I said before,
Right.
I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I got a Patreon. Okay, I haven't wrote a book. I believe I'm gonna start writing my book
Okay.
when I'm 50 years old. Okay, my book is going to be probably titled most likely the Journeys of a Schizo because schizophrenia is misunderstood by a lot of people. Okay, a lot of powerful prophets had it. Okay, a lot of powerful wizards and
Mhm.
people who are of great strength and power. Okay,
Mhm.
have it. Even King Solomon the Great. Okay, but since people don't understand the different understandings of what schizophrenia is, not always a mental illness. I do not consider it a mental illness. But other than that, I like to talk about multiple different things though. And
Mhm.
I'm happy that we're talking and stuff. And what else would you like to say? Do you have any questions or anything like that? Else like that?
No, that's about it. I got to get ready for my client at
Okay.
11. So, that's about it.
Oh,
Just
okay.
putting myself out there so people know who I am.
Okay. I'm doing the same thing. I got more viewers on the TikTok because it's not as saturated as YouTube. Okay. Sometimes when you talk, sometimes people to get you misconstrued. I act goofy sometimes. I act eccentric sometimes. And people don't understand that. So they'll calling you names and stuff.
Mhm.
And it's not really necessary to do that. But that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
follow
try
me, watch some of my videos,
okay, I will. And
and you
did
can
are you
inbox
following me?
me if
Are
you
you
want to
following me?
talk.
If you send me a message, I should get the message, and then I'll follow you.
Yeah,
Okay? Because I see a button here.
yeah, we already
It says
following
add.
and I already did it. So
Yeah, it says right here. There's a plus there, and I hit the plus, and
yeah,
nothing happened. So I believe that we already are following each other because I accepted the
yeah.
invite. But it's nice
Mhm.
talking to you, Pretty Red.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm usually on in the morning because the
Yeah,
morning
you
time.
too. Thank you.
Yeah, in the morning time is when I don't have
Okay.
my kids. I have my daughters because I travel from Ethiopia. I told you in the room, McCoy. I got videos to back up what I'm saying. And
Okay.
when I have my kids, I gotta clean up because I'm a
Okay.
clean. I'm an OCD person. I like things clean, and I usually try to be on here for like an hour. Okay, I don't get
Okay.
paid for my services, but of course I'm not
Okay.
popular enough because you know how people judge people, and yada yada yada. But other than that, we will talk.
Right.
We will talk pretty red, okay? And you take it easy.
Okay. Thank you. It was nice meeting you. Have a good
All
day.
right. You. So it was nice talking to Pretty Red, okay? And if you would like to continuously talk, okay, about things in your life, we can, okay? Because I told you before, um, I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. I cannot do what Kevin Samuels do because I taught him one thing and then next thing you know, he blew up, okay? I teach many different things. Rest in peace, his soul. But I also try to teach things about how to protect yourself from being too ambitious. You do not want to be ambitious. And I know a lot of women may be listening sometimes, and a lot of men may be listening, and everything in between too, because I've encountered a lot of people in between. Okay, but you have to make sure that you ask enough questions instead of getting emotional, because as soon as you get emotional, you lose the fight automatically. Okay, because it's like a downhill spiral when you're just getting emotional. When I did not mean to say something, and you did not even interject about what do you mean by that? Okay, you get what I'm saying? A lot of people don't ask questions these days. They just jump to conclusions. But what else is to talk about? Let me see how long I was on here. I was talking for like 25 minutes, okay? And I'm usually on in the day, but I usually get a call from my broker. I'm trying to learn this stocks and currency things, but I don't recommend it unless you can put a certain amount in there and you keep making that money back after a certain amount of months. I do not recommend cryptocurrency and I do not recommend stocks because it's a lot of education involved when you're trying to do stocks, bonds, or even options, okay? And as I said before, live free or die trying. I'm not saying to be a public charge upon the system, okay, but I'm trying to say basically you guys got to stop focusing on the money. Now I know money's important to raise families, but if you just work together and you be upfront without getting on each other's nerves, then everybody will have their cake and eat it too. Especially if you're a female. If you're a female and you do have children by multiple guys, you're most likely not going to meet an alpha. You're never going to meet an alpha. You're going to meet beta alpha males or betas, okay? Or you can be the man of the house and take care of a beta, because there's a lot more men who are virgins out there, okay? Yes, there are, who are neglected, who are not being talked about, especially the black man, okay? But of course, when you think about Black Lives Matter and any other group of organizations, you have to include the word black as man, okay? Not just woman and everybody else, okay? Because it doesn't really cater to that, especially if you're a Christian, because you know Christianity and all religions focused on one or two sexes, and they don't really focus on anything else, okay? Especially if you're not trying to be a hypocrite or nothing like that. But trust me on this, when two people work together in a relationship, it is fire. It is completely exceptional. It's a very rare thing when people stay together, okay? If you do have two children, or if you do have multitudes of children by multiple men, you're not going to meet an alpha, okay? Let's just call it quits right there, okay? Because alphas are very strict on what they want. Their standards are too high. And as Kevin Samuels taught women to be accountable, yeah, you must be accountable, but you must also get the education, okay? I'm not here to downgrade you or try even judge you about your number, but if you don't understand your number, you shouldn't even date, okay? No one should be dating in the time of information, okay? This is the time where you have to get your education rather than thinking about how horny you feel, okay, or how lonely you feel. There's plenty of men who commit seppuku, okay, because they're lonely. But women do not commit suicide because of loneliness, all right? Most women don't, okay? But of course, if you want the education, you know how to find me. I do have a Patreon down there, okay? It's not in the TikTok though, but I do have a YouTube. Okay, I have not wrote a book like what she has, Pretty Eyes. Okay, but other than that, when I'm 50, I probably will write it. I also have another book that's going to be coming out, another 48 Laws of Power. Okay, which of course is it's like, going against the 48 Laws of Power. Okay, because half the stuff that's in the 48 Laws of Power I don't agree with. Okay, but I understand that long term wise, it may be talking about long term, but I love the 48 Laws of Power. Okay, and I also believe that everybody should write their own book. So you will make money after the age of 50. Also, when people join my Patreon, they get a special gift. Okay. But I can't tell you what it is. It's just that when I do noble things, it's just that people will get noble things. Okay. Wise things, spiritual things. And I also want you guys to know that I'm really not religious. Okay. Religion means to bind in Latin. Okay. In Latin means religion means to bind. Okay. And if you want to break out of religion, and to understand what morals is for yourself and common sense, and listen to that little voice. I know a lot of you don't hear that little voice most of the time, but you're going to need some guidance to open up that third eye. And the third eye is something that most people cannot handle because they do not like discipline. Okay? Discipline is very important. Most people don't have it in general, especially women. And see, men naturally have to learn it, so they learn as through trial and error. Okay, but women, when they keep doing the same things over, they keep sinning. Okay, women sin a little bit more than men when it comes down to sexuality. Okay, and bestiality, which I hope I don't get my TikTok pulled down for saying that word. But anyway, abortion and Joe versus Wade. Okay, and these things are talked about, but they're not really fully understood by society. And why? Okay, do I agree with pro-life? Sure, but if she's been hurt or rape, rape, okay, then it should be allowed if she's been raped. Okay, but other than that, I don't want to get this TikTok pulled down for saying something just as simple as that. But anyway, I will post this on my YouTube. And what else is there to talk about for today? Because I talk very quickly sometimes. And so I'm going to look into my past comments. Okay, what is this? Okay, Matthew Little says, okay, you're definitely don't like you. Okay, I don't understand that. Okay, let me see. Okay, and you're black, not white. Okay, somebody said that's my choice. If I don't like black people with my choice, it's my choice to do that. Yeah, okay. If you say that you don't like all black people, then you're a racist. Okay, and when you say all, you should never say all. This is the reason why blacks exist. This is the reason why Native Americans exist. Because if someone was truly racist, we all will be extinct. Whites had whites in slavery, okay, and blacks had whites in slavery at one time. And so slavery exists for all races. But of course, it was pretty much worsened recently because of American slavery, okay? But I want to talk about that too much because it's obvious that if you do your research, every race had each other in slavery and bondage, okay? And actually, slavery came from the Moroccos, okay? I was doing some research on where slavery came from, okay? Let me okay? Let me invite you, and I'm gonna talk to you for a little bit now, okay? How you been, Kardashian, Khalid? All right, what's them nails? What's that? Okay, how you been? What's going on?
I think this is the nails.
Okay, why you wear those nails like that?
Can you come?
Huh?
Can you come?
Okay, where you live at? Where you living at now?
11 o'clock.
And where? Okay, I understand you. I understand you. Are you married? You got a ring on. I see a ring on your finger. Huh? You're in a relationship?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, are you going to paint your nails?
I see.
Are you going to paint them? Are those your real nails, or did you painted them on yourself?
Do you? Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you put them on. Your network. I can't stand this network. I
Kasi
don't.
naman,
I don't understand these networks. Sometimes this network be acting up. Okay.
em
I can't.
prom ni Pan.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Okay. So what's on your mind? What would you
Hello,
like to
hello.
talk about? Khalidashian. What would you like to talk about?
Hmm. Kalidas.
Khalidashi. Is that your name?
Yan,
Khalidashi.
ini Kalidas eh.
All right. All right. So let me get you. You got to hit more. Yeah. Now I can see you now. There you go. How you been? Where you living at now? What you like to talk about? Hello.
You can you can see me?
Yep. I can see you.
No, I'm at work, bro.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So what would you like to talk
You heard
about?
me?
No, no telling. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Sometimes.
Where you at?
So I'm in Pennsylvania. Okay. So yeah, your network keep acting up. It's hard to hear you.
No, I said I'm in Texas right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I can hear you now.
Yeah. What type of content do you post?
I post content in various sorts. Okay. It's like Renaissance information, therapeutic information, esoteric knowledge,
Yeah.
alpha knowledge, okay, unicorn knowledge, generational X knowledge because I'm a Gen X, okay, I'm old, okay, I'm one of those guys who've been born in
Yeah.
1974, raised by pimps and others. Some Italians taught me some stuff. So I regurgitate what they say to teach guys how to be alpha, how women to be pure and feminine and not fall for the feminist movement. Okay. But of course, my content is also on YouTube. So I'm going to post down my content information on my comment section here. My YouTube is okay because I know people want to try to contact me. It's Marthius Knowledge 7. Okay, for right now, 7. And my Facebook, okay, is XMandell Evansx. Okay, you have to put the X's on both sides of Mandel Evans
Yeah.
to find me on Facebook because Facebook is much more clear. It's more precise. You don't get disruptions because of certain words you're saying. Okay, and my YouTube is not really. My YouTube is marked as Knowledge 7. So I talk about multitudes of things, even some magic and stuff, some voodoo and stuff, a little bit of mysticism, some health, a little bit of almost everything. Okay? If you don't have a lot of things to talk about, life becomes boring and drab, because you see, I always got things to talk about. That's just me, okay? But how you been out there? How long you been working?
Mm, I do I do uh I do different projects. I go and do different projects. I do different stuff. I
Okay,
do I operate I'm basically like a little project manager.
okay, yeah, I'm gonna follow you. Okay, let me see. Here we go. So you can get in touch with me. You follow each other. So I just sent you a follow. Okay. Hello. There's nothing happening. Oh, okay. So I disconnected because of the network. Okay, so I'm just gonna put down network. I don't hang up on nobody. It's just that sometimes the network be acting up. Maybe it's on his side, maybe it's on my side, but my 5G is pretty high. The bars are all the way up, and then it cuts off. Maybe that's TikTok. I do not know. But like I said before, if you're earlier, I was talking about flat earthers, And if you're a flat earther, just have an open mind that the planet could be round, especially if you have not been out there, okay? Now, as a matter of fact, I heard that there was a guy who's going to start charging people $125,000 just to travel outside the surface of the planet, okay? What's the company's name? I don't know the company's name. I forgot what the company's name. And he already shot out in space at one time already. And he said he's going to start a future a business where people can get in and ride in space. And that would be pretty scary to me, okay? Because I don't want to go up there. I don't want to crash. I don't even think of anything like that. But one day y'all be able to see for real if the planet is flat or not, okay? Because now people are sending rockets in the sky to see if there's a dome covering us, okay, and the firmament and all that. I don't believe in none of that stuff. You got to have an open mind. They say, hey, possibly. I don't know. I haven't been there. You can never say something is a fact, people, without being there. You can never say that you or I are real, even on this video, because it could be computer simulated. Now they have computer simulated videos where people can take videos out of context and put words in your mouth now. So this is why it cannot be used in the court of law. If something is said or heard, okay, then you got to prove this and prove that. And then, you know how the court system is about extortion, okay? The court system extorts people who are living in ignorance, okay? And then you can get a public defender, and then they ain't doing their job right, and then you got to pay $2,000 to $3,000 to get a proper lawyer. It's like it's nonsense, okay? But anyway, what else is there to talk about, guys? Okay, what do you want to know about? Okay, because I've been on it for almost an hour, and as I said before, I'll try to be on here every day. I've been talking for 41 minutes now. Okay, so far, I don't like talking about things over and over again, but if you want me to talk about things over and over again, that's fine. I recommend that everybody should write a book and write down as much things as possible, and put down some stuff in your book that may not seem true or something like that, but don't put every little detail, okay, of how you murdered someone or assassinated someone, okay, and then, you know, you get caught because you know how the system is, okay. But make your story interesting. You're here on this planet. Everybody's here on this planet for the experience, to learn what suffering is, happiness, sorrow, isolation, and everything under the sun. Because if you came here just to live in a paradise, that will be for naught. It will be all in vain. This is why when you read the Bible, you'll find out that Adam and Eve had a chance at life. And if you have had a chance to be in paradise, you'll probably be failed too. Because you'll be curious, okay? Because God tested Adam and Eve in the Bible, okay? And of course, it was obvious that he knew that they were going to fail, okay? And before Eve, there was Lilith, okay? And Lilith is a woman who was born from the same material as Adam. I know a lot of you people don't know about Lilith, but you can look it up yourself, or you can hear it from me. To long story short, Lilith was just as equal to men, okay? And they had an argument, you know, because of, okay? And, okay, I'm gonna let you come on now here, okay? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
How have you been?
Good.
All right. So what would you like to talk about, Mary Pray? C9? I was just talking about like you know, Lilith. You know anything about Lilith? Hello?
Amore, solo tienen que darle a la pantallita.
Oh. Do you speak English?
No,
Oh.
no, mami. Mami,
Okay.
no. Ah, que lo
Oh.
quiere guardar ahí.
Hmm.
Amore, nadie le va a dar corazones a la pantalla.
I don't speak English. I'm sorry. But I can follow you. Okay?
Vamos a darle corazones a la pantalla.
Okay. I don't understand. Okay. So I'm gonna have to
Hola,
let you go,
corazón.
okay? 'Cause
Isaura.
okay, thank you. Just follow me and I'll follow
Hola,
you, okay?
Isaura. ¿Cómo estás, corazón?
Language to learn, and I try to teach English to a lot of people internationally. I also teach that through my Patreon. So I do have a Patreon, guys. And if you want to join the Patreon, you can. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to put my Patreon there. But I'm not really a beggar or anything. Some people say, oh, you just begging for money. I said, shut up, man. You know, people got to make a living or something like that. You join the first tier, you can learn some English. And if you join the fourth tier, I have 4 tiers, okay? How you been, Tai-Pang girl? How you been? What's going on? There's plenty of times I'll encounter women in my inbox, on my Facebook, and everywhere else, but they don't understand fundamentals of English. I had this one female who was from Asia, okay? She was trying to teach me about fee, okay, mining, okay? And her English was not good. She didn't know how to speak it, okay? But she can translate through the messenger on her phone, okay? And I told her, I said, hey, if I lose any money for you trying to give me advice, it's not a good piece of advice. And I always invest a little bit of money because I'm not a person of capitalism or ambition, okay? But you have to start off small. If you have to spend thousands of dollars to make money, okay, it's not really worth your time. There's going to be some overhead and there's going to be some education, okay? Your money should be working for you, not you working for the money. Right. And so if you put your money in there, I know it maybe seem a little less for some people to start working on, but that's how you get started. If you can just focus on the white elephant in the room, okay, by helping everybody out, even though if they have no background, prior education or whatever, then you will be on succession, okay, you will be successful. But of course, this is not happening in society. People want to get greedy and they want to charge you an arm and a leg like $2,000. Most people don't have $2,000, okay? Most people are technically poor in America. Okay, so in other countries, they're even poorer, okay? But I try to tell people it's about your mindset. It's about your mindset, okay? I've seen people eat certain foods that they're not supposed to eat because that's all they had, okay? But then on the other hand, people are eating foods that they're toxic to them and they're still living. But other than that, let me see who wants to come into this live stream. I don't know who this is, okay? Let's see. How you been? What's going on? How you been? Okay, you got disconnected from the live. Okay. Other than that, please have something to talk about. It's best to write things down. Okay, because I don't even talk about all of these subjects. I just like to ramble on sometimes about different things because I don't like boredom. Okay, I've never been called boring. Every time I encounter women and I talk to them, I take them for a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. Now I know a lot of you women out there have the Jezebel spirit in you to not agree with the cup of tea or the cup of cocoa, but no alpha is gonna spend the mill on you because I know I was blue pill one day and I was beta. I was going around taking women out all of the time, but I wasn't getting nothing for it. It was like I was being tricked. And I stopped, okay? And then I was told I'm not supposed to do that in the first place by the pimps. They said, don't take women out. You're not supposed to do all that, okay? And I'm like, you're supposed to make sure she can add to you. So I didn't have nothing to add in the first place. So I had to add to myself, right? I teach guys how to add to themselves, not by a lot of materialism, but by stability and knowledge. Health, stability, and knowledge, okay? And if a female can't add to what you need, okay, as a king, she belongs to the streets. But a lot of times, when I take women out, they tend to only focus on their expectations. But they don't understand that they're going to have to serve the man, okay? Because everybody has to serve the man, okay? You go to your job, right? You serve the man, right? Okay, there are women out there who believe that they're entitled, okay? And they were trained wrong. So when they get older, then they become very stuck up in their ways and they become feminist. And it's not all their fault. The only time it can be your fault is if you don't want to learn the knowledge. You don't want to know what a man's hobby is. You don't care about his feelings or emotions. You only care about yourself. It's a give and take type thing. Okay, and it's very important to give in order to receive, okay, and to receive to give back, okay, thoughtfully. And most people in general are not thoughtful, especially women, okay, in general, because women are not understanding that the compliments that men do and the sexuality, okay, when men touch you and stuff like that, these are compliments, okay. You don't understand when a man whistles, those are compliments. But there are some who take those things, sensitively, okay. And these days, lots of people are becoming more, we want to say pussies, okay. They're just being too soft. And a lot of times, a lot of guys don't even know that you are sensitive to compliments, but then you want to be superficial and say, I don't want your types to compliment me. And this is a problem for a lot of women's identity and IQ, okay? But of course, you know where to find me because I'm about to get off of here, guys. And I've been talking for 50 minutes. I got 10 more minutes so far. So what do you want to talk about, guys? Because I can talk, okay? Look at my nose hairs, okay? I'm going to say, look at my beard, okay? And as I said before, I do not recommend cryptocurrency. I do not recommend anyone who to put a high investment in anything. Okay, because look at China right now. I read some news on China, and their world is about to collapse because they built too much real estate. They owe people their money, so they instead of building the projects that they were supposed to focus in on, they basically started buying up land with the money that people wanted their own home. Okay, in China. Okay, right. And I was shocked because I'm like, why would they do that? Okay, was there any contractual agreement? Okay, so everything is being shut down. They're running amok over there. They will only fall on their own. Like I said before, you guys got to let the Jezebel fall on their own sword, okay? Especially if you're an educator or a teacher. Lots of guys who are not alphas, they're not teachers, okay? You know, you got to be a teacher to be an alpha, right? You got to have education on your side to be an alpha. You can't just say, okay, you want to be like a lot of these guys on the internet because I'm attractive, because that's what people are looking at. People are looking at attraction and thinking that a person is alpha. No, they're not alpha at all, okay? You know, alphas get paid. They get paid for their services. You know, we don't, you know, people have never heard of gigolos. You never heard of professional services. You never heard of virtual boyfriends, boyfriend. That stuff is old, but these days, nobody's talking about it. It seems like women are being more selfish with their monies and stuff, but it's okay, you know, because I'm still here, okay? I'm a national treasure, okay? You know, I don't talk shit and belittle people unless you try to belittle me and try to make me look like a fool. And I'm just saying, hey, this is how my life was. How you gonna tell me how my life was? Okay, so I've been living in isolation. This is like a box to me, okay? My daughters are with their mother right now, but every time I get up in the morning, I gotta clean. That's my job. Okay, my job is to find loopholes. My job is to find ways that can help other people, okay? Because I'm a Samaritan. I am a missionary. I like to help people. That makes me feel good. And what do I expect? You must expect something. Everything has conditions. I expect a thank you, okay? I expect a thank you. I expect to see your eyes tear up or say something back to me. Because of the fact that if someone's giving something without no expectations, the universe will bless them anyway. So that person knows what will happen if they give. Sometimes people are on the verge of dying and they just give everything away. They don't want nothing back, but they still gonna get something back regardless of what they think because they are God themselves. Everybody's goddamn God. You're God. I'm God. This phone is God. We are all forms of atoms and protons and neutrons. And you can't say what is God and what is not, especially if you don't have a lot of common sense. Okay? A lot of people don't have common sense. So they'll believe a spook in the sky. It's good to believe in hypotheticals, but don't go too far with it. Don't say this God helped me and no, you help yourself. You helped yourself. Okay. Now, if you had some third parties like me, I got third parties talking to me. This is how I should be doing. This is what I should be doing. That's different, okay? Because you guys don't listen to that raison d'etre. You don't listen to that third eye voice, okay? You don't listen to that third eye voice, and that's sad. And how to unlock it, I don't know. Okay, some people take ayahuasca, some people take DMT, and these things are not necessarily things that you should be taking. Okay, because it's called escapism. Escapism is something that people don't let me get my TikTok turned off now here for trying to explain something out here without breaking policy. Escapism is when you're trying to seek out the outward things for help, when all your answers is right here. All your answers is right here, peoples. And I'm about to get off of here because I've been talking for like about 54 minutes. If you just use enough common sense, you can learn how to focus in on yourself. Nothing else matters, okay, more than learning about what you are in yourself, okay? A lot of you people haven't had alpha fathers. And I feel sad for most of you, okay? 80 to 90 person who is basically focused on internal rather than external, okay? And when you do have the knowledge, you can actually share people on how people can go Zen. They can go Zen mode, okay? It is very important to go Zen mode and not try to be focused in on everybody else's stuff. Because if you focus on externalism, the world becomes worse, okay? It becomes worse and worse for you because you're just focused on everybody else's job and you're not focusing on you, okay? It is very important to focus on your health more than wealth than anything else. It is important to know thyself more than anything else, okay? And this is the question. How much do you know yourself? Are you going to write a book about yourself? Are you going to pat yourself on the back for everything you have done? Do you seek validation through escapism? Are you seeking all these things outside of yourself? Then you can never be yourself, okay? But other than that, I got to get out of here, guys. And I enjoyed your time for coming into my live videos, okay? And I will post this on my YouTube, as I said before. And, of course, I do have a Patreon. I'm also on Rumble. I'm also on MeWe. I'm also on Signal, okay? Because you know how these channels can be, you know, these social platforms. They are very sensitive with certain words you say. And you didn't mean it, so they took it out of context. They don't know you, okay? But anyway, what else am I going to say? I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. I've been on here long enough now, guys. Okay, you know where to find me at. Just look up Emerald Pillar King, okay? Because that's almost anywhere. And as I said before, I'm on Morpheus 97. Other than that, y'all have a nice day. And I'll be on tomorrow. Sometimes I may get on here like about 9 in the morning. And sometimes at 11 a.m. Because between 10 and 11, I usually have talking to my broker, trying to learn about some cryptocurrency, and he's giving me the rundown about some education. I said, I don't want to learn education. Let my money work. Okay, right? I'm out of here, guys. You know how to contact me and then follow me. Peace.